Hello and welcome back to another episode of Creep It 100. I am Mark. I'm here with Kinson. Kinson, say hello.
What's up?
And we have a very special guest in the studio today. This is our good friend Aaron. Aaron, say what's up.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here for the first time.
And hopefully not the last. We'll see how this goes, though.
Hopefully, yeah. This is his trial.
This is my introduction interview.
This is his interview.
I'm already being evicted from the friend group if this goes horribly wrong.
Yeah. If this episode performs well, so does our friendship.
Yeah, and same goes if this goes poorly. So, Aaron, bring your A game.
You got it.
So we are here to talk about the spooks and the goofs and everything in between. Today, Jeanette is not here again, and that's okay. She will be back here soon, but in the meantime, in between time, we're here to cover her segment. Today, we are going to be covering Reddit ghost stories.
Ooh.
It's a little spooky, yeah.
Bro, we got to go get those ghost keychains.
True. I forgot about that. I still have mine. It's really dirty, and the sound only works half the time. So
my sound doesn't work at all, so I think it's time we get...
that sucks.
We
get restock at Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, get the restock.
Kind of works. It goes like this. That's the sound it makes.
That's arguably scarier.
I agree, actually. Yeah, at Spirit Halloween they sell these little ghost keychains, and you hit the back of them, the eyes light up, and then it's supposed to. What is it supposed to do? It goes like wing, 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 wing.
It like vibrates and like
yeah. But I've had mine for all. You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. Mine might have been impounded.
When your car got
yeah, I got in a crash and my car got totaled, so it might have stayed in the car. I didn't take a lot out.
Yeah, the Ghostbusters mistook that keychain as an actual ghost, and they ended up almost killing Kinson.
Yeah, they T-boned me.
Guys, look up. This is the craziest court case ever. Look up Cheon versus the Ghostbusters.
Cheon v. Ghostbusters, Supreme Court. Yeah, I almost got vanquished, bro.
Yeah. I'm not going to say what I was about to say. I think it's a good time to jump into our first story.
Yeah, all right. Who wants to go first? I know we each got a few.
Yeah?
Should we have our special guest go first?
Absolutely. Aaron?
All right. Yeah,
I can go first. So I have two stories prepared. Do you guys want to hear something that involves a Ouija board or something that involves Hurricane Katrina and that kind of affects me in a personal way for a personal anecdote I can get into a little later?
Ooh.
We can start out lighthearted or get straight into the disgusting, spooky stuff.
Let's do disgusting, spooky, and then end on a lighter note.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I found this one on Reddit, and it's called I Volunteered After Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans. And there was something there that still scares me to this day. So it says, okay, here it goes. I have a medical background and a certification I rarely use, though I keep going back and paying to renew it. Anyhow, I volunteered almost immediately thinking I would help those lives who had been immediately disrupted through Katrina. That was not the case. There were a few of us who were assigned once the water started to recede to find houses that had dead bodies in them. If you've ever had to do a body recovery when it's been laying around in the heat and the water for days, sometimes weeks at a time, you know how it smells. It sort of smells like any other dead carcass, but extremely worse. I can't explain it. Maybe somehow sweeter smelling? Anyway, the key to not vomiting when you smell them is Vicks under the nose and around the bottom of your mouth. It doesn't keep all the smell out, but enough until you can at least tolerate the smell without vomiting. Now we had to go to each house, go inside wading boots and looking for bodies. Many of them washed out to sea, but there were still some in the houses that they were living in prior to hurricane. If we found a body, we spray painted a big X on the outside of the house. This other guy and I had been doing it for a while, and we got assigned to each other almost every day. We got along okay, and he didn't vomit at the ones that had been gotten to. We came up to this one old shack. I say shack because it was pretty run down and in what had been a very bad neighborhood. Right away, I got chills down my spine. I knew there was something really wrong. Not like find a body kind of wrong, but chilling kind of wrong. New Orleans had certain areas that just give off these vibes. And my understanding is there's a lot of voodoo practiced in these certain areas. Anyway, against everything, my body was screaming at me. We went into the house. The first thing I could smell was the body. The second was something almost earthy and moldy. I looked at my partner. I'll call him Jay. He was white as a sheet. I could tell he was getting that same feeling that I had been getting. It was obvious from the weird bones hanging from the ceiling. I would bet money that they were cat bones. Something odd had been going down in this house, as well as strange beads and carvings in the bare wood walls. We went into what was the kitchen, and there, chained to a beam, was an old lady, or what was left of her. She had chained herself by her wrists to the beams, with her guts falling and spilling to the floor. The creepiest thing was her face that still looked as though she were alive and staring at us with a wicked smile, showing only partial teeth that were now nubs. My skin started crawling as I had goosebumps spread all over my back and neck. Suddenly, we heard the most unearthly cackling noise I have ever heard in my life, and my flight or flight kicked in. Jay and I, pretty much, Jay and I noped out of there, and we quickly painted the X and literally ran to the next house. Now, I don't know if that old lady had practiced voodoo, but that scared the ever-living shit out of me, and it still gives me nightmares to this day. The people I feel sorry for are the ones who had to take the crazy lady out of there. Jay and I discussed it later that night after we went back to the hotels north of there, and he had heard the same cackling noise too. We both said it, and it had to be the wind or something. So that is my first story.
I can already tell what you're thinking of when you tell that story.
I think I've told Mark this story, but I don't know if I told Kenson. So a while ago, back in like 2014, when I was a freshman in high school, it was right after the 2010 earthquake that hit Haiti. I went on a mission trip with a local church to go down to Haiti. And at the time, I won't get too much into the religion that I was in at the time or even now, but it's important to the story. I kind of just wanted to go to help aid because we were building some houses down there. But a main part of it was also spreading the gospel and whatnot. But I went down there, and there was this one house that one day out of the week we were down there, they wanted to go and like talk about the word of God or whatever to him. And I really didn't want to go, but it was some voodoo priest apparently that the whole like area around of the Haitian people were afraid to go to that area because he had been like there was rumors spreading that he would do sacrifices and weird things. But right when we were about to get there, my nose started bleeding, like not like regular bleeding, like water, like it was like red water out of my nose. Eventually, I had to go back to the truck. And then later, one of my friends came and told me that when they were trying to like talk to him about the gospel, he said, "How am I going to believe this if one of your own don't even believe it?" And immediately I knew he was talking about me, and that's why I couldn't go to the building. So voodoo in general scares me, but that story just stuck a chord to me because that just gave me chills.
Yeah.
That's fucking horrifying. And then you got malaria or something.
Yeah, I got chikungunya. Got bit by a mosquito and got chikungunya. That was the devil's work.
My man went through it
Yeah.
in Haiti, bro.
Wow. All right. Well, it's making me rethink my selections.
Well, what do you think about the story, though? It doesn't sound like it could be too ghosty, but if I saw that and heard a random disembodied voice or laugh in another room, no, I'd be out of there too.
I'd be out. Yeah. That's disgusting.
If I saw any of that shit, I'd probably being chained up. I think if I saw that woman chained up, I would walk out immediately.
I thought you were going to go for the fact that like, I thought one of two things when you were starting to say that is one was either someone like chained her there to leave her there in the middle of the hurricane, or she chained herself as like one of those like everybody was coming to evacuate. It was like a mandatory evacuation, and she was like, "I'm not leaving my home," kind of things.
Yeah, man. Whatever it was, I've heard some scary stories come out of Katrina, and especially New Orleans with like the whole history behind the slave trade and the French colonization. There was just a lot of dark energy in New Orleans, especially with the voodoo going on. I would not like to visit that part.
Yeah, fuck that. I've seen Live and Let Die, the James Bond movie. I ain't fucking with voodoo.
Respectfully, please no voodoo people come out and set a curse on us or something.
No, it's
please.
actually dumb interesting. Like, it is dumb interesting. It's just like voodoo dolls and dark magic is what scares me, you know?
Yeah. You know what I was actually thinking about yesterday because I was watching Ghost Adventures is they were
Great show.
I love that show. They were talking about okay, so they were going into this mine, and one of the people's ashes who was spread there was a tour guide, but the tour guide was known to be like a warlock and practice like black magic and stuff. And I was like starting to think about it, and I was like, there's no way that you like commit your entire life or like a lot of your life to being like a warlock or whatever and like studying black magic if you're doing things and nothing's happening.
Yeah, that is true.
Like they must be getting some sort of proof back that something's working if they continue with the practice, because no one's just sitting there like around like candles chanting every day of their life and then nothing's changing or like nothing's happening. So it gives me a sense of like belief about some of these things that someone commits so much time and effort to doing them, or like a voodoo priest, like you were talking about. Like, man, obviously is, you know, there has to be some sort of like legitness to his story. Like, it doesn't make sense if he's just doing that like for fun and nothing's ever happening.
Dude, honestly, all I truly have to say is I got a zombie army. You can't harm me. Who do you voodoo, bitch?
Nice.
Okay. All right, I'm picking it up.
I was waiting.
Are they making
someone to get
making a second one soon?
Yeah, it's coming out in February. I fucking
Dead
finally.
Island 2?
Yeah, Dead Island 2.
I saw the trailer to that. I think earlier this morning.
I got
Fucking
like 4
It's
messages
been like
about it.
5 decades in the making. Not even kidding.
Yeah. No, literally.
Don't look it up.
Yeah, don't look it up. Dead Island 1 came out in 1972. I
think
I got a message from
irregardless.
both of you
Go
guys.
ahead, sorry.
I was going to say I got a message from both of you guys about that, and I got a message from the person who I did my very first Dead Island 1 playthrough. Messaged me out of nowhere and was like, dude, no way. And he was like, and I said, yeah, get ready to no life that game. And he said, yeah, I'm getting ready for us to no life that game. And I said, all right, boy, you can join in on the new Dead Island squad. Don't worry.
The new Dead Island squad. I remember, bro. Me and Ian Frid played that religiously. We played that and Riptide back to back. And, you know, as much as I do like Riptide, it's the exact same thing on a different island. And
I didn't play.
We could have gone without Riptide.
No, you know what I did? I waited for Riptide because of the fact that I played Dead Island like on release. For some reason, I heard about it and I thought it would be interesting. So me and Ethan, which is who I did the playthrough with, got Dead Island literally like the day it came out. And so we were waiting for Riptide. We didn't do it back to back. We like were literally waiting for it because we got it so early and the Riptide didn't come out for another like 2 years or maybe a year. I don't know. But let's get into a second story. Mark, you want me to go or do you want to go?
I can go. The only reason I want to go is because this story has some significance to me.
Okay,
the same way
go
the
for
last story had significance to Aaron.
Yeah, hit it.
And this one is called "The Man Standing at the End of My Bed."
Okay.
Yes. So I don't know if you guys have ever had sleep paralysis before or anything like that, but that's a pretty common thing that happens to me, unfortunately. It's a horrifying experience for those who've experienced it.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
It's not fun. But here's the story. When I was about 15 years old, I was in bed on my phone listening to music when I heard footsteps coming down the hallway. I thought it was my dad and freaked out because I was meant to be asleep and not on my phone. I tried to turn off the music and hide my phone under the covers, but I couldn't turn it off in time. And I heard my dad's footsteps come up to the end of my bed and stop. I pretended to be asleep, and then when my dad didn't say anything, I turned my phone light and peeked over the covers to see if he was gone. Instead of seeing my dad at the end of my bed, I see this tall man with dark brown hair and a gray blanket wrapped around his shoulders. He looks like he's been caught in the rain. He's drenched, and he's staring directly above my bed, looking distant. I try to call out to my dad, but I'm laying at a weird angle, and I'm kind of whisper screaming at this point. He reaches his hand out and grabs the top of my foot over the covers. I can move my toes, but I can't pull my foot away, and I'm hyperventilating now. At this point, I'm shaking. I'm so scared. I lay back and take a deep breath. I peek over the covers and he's gone. I turn on my light under my bed head and call my friend. Super freaked out. They say maybe I had my first experience of sleep paralysis and suggest I try to sleep and try to take my mind off of it. I decided to sleep with the bed light on. I wake up and it's off. I asked my dad if he'd turned it off or the power trip, but he said no. But the only way to turn off the light is to reach underneath the bed head to flick it off or on again. I don't remember turning it off. I then realized that where the guy was looking was where I had placed a dream catcher. A weird coincidence. But I had gotten it the day before. And it wasn't straight. I hadn't felt right about it not being straight, so I fixed it. And I've never seen him again. I also started sleeping on the other side of my bed because screw that.
Yeah.
Initially, I thought maybe I had sleep paralysis. I'd never had it before, though. But I could move my body and my toes. I wasn't pinned. I thought maybe it was a dream, but I could feel his hand on my foot. My music had played continuously, didn't change at all from taking a deep breath and him being gone. This wasn't my first scary experience, and it wasn't my last.
Oh.
Yeesh.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of sleep problems too? You were talking about how you relate to it.
Only when I don't know if I want to talk about this on the podcast. Only when we were dealing with that spooky shit is when it was happening.
Gotcha.
Maybe you can do another episode on that. That was a horrifying time in life.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to talk about that publicly though.
We'll see.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just I'll do a light version of the story for the listeners. Basically, we had fucked with the Ouija board one time. Maybe a lot more than a few strange occurrences did happen. And I had severe sleep paralysis throughout this event. I want to chalk it up to stress. So I don't freak myself out.
I don't know.
Well, just leave it at that.
Yeah,
I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah. But I haven't had sleep paralysis in a very long time. So.
No, sleep paralysis is anybody that goes through that. I have it all the time because I also have insomnia. But even most recently, there was a time where I kept waking up in a dream that felt like I was waking up, but then it just kept repeating and repeating and repeating, and I knew I was asleep. And that was the most dread I've ever felt.
Yeah.
And then when the last dream I had before I woke up was somebody praying on their knees in my room before I actually woke up.
Hey, boys, do me a huge fucking favor here. My Be Real just dropped.
Ooh.
I need y'all to smile for me.
All right. Tell me when.
Okay, it's loading. Aaron, you can just continue your story. Kinson, stay cheesing.
Okay.
That's pretty much my story. What's Be Real? Is it the app where you have to take a picture?
Yeah, it's the one where you have to take a picture at that moment. My Be Real just dropped.
I thought you meant your Be Real for the movie you just filmed.
I don't know.
Like B?
Yeah.
Like the B cam?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I thought he meant the first time he said that.
No. I will tell you what, though. It's a good time to take a break.
Great.
Yeah. Here's a few words from us as we listen to us as we read some ads.
All right. Yeah.
And we'll be back in a few.
Hey everyone, this is Kinson from the Creep It 100 podcast. Today I'm here to talk to you about Skillshare. Skillshare is a platform where you can explore thousands of hands-on creative classes to better yourself in any area. These areas include TV, film, animation, creative writing, music, design, illustration, photography, anything you could think of. Whether you're here to just learn a new skill or learn how to start a small business, they have classes for everyone on Skillshare. Exclusive for our listeners, guys, you can go on and you save 50% when you sign up for an annual plan. Make sure to click the link in our description below to sign up for your free trial and join Skillshare today. It really is one of the best places to learn any new skill, and I promise you guys will not regret it. Sign up for Skillshare today.
And welcome back from our break.
So aggressive to come back.
All right, let me restart.
No.
You can name your own price on hotel rooms.
Just fucking swerve the car off the road and fucking crash.
I know we're not responsible for any crashes. That's what that lady sounded like at the. Yeah,
that's what I'm about to say.
That was the lady from Aaron's.
Mark got possessed by the fucking voodoo demon.
Voodoo demon.
You do that. I think that was a good intro. I think we're back, and I think
we're
should
definitely
tell a story.
Back. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm gonna give you guys an option. We've been going a little serious. So I can either do the hitchhiker or the toilet paper ghost.
Let's hear about the TP guy. Let's hear about the TP
guy.
The TP specter, if you will.
The TP specter.
Is he just a ghost that's covered in toilet paper? Because that was
the toilet paper poltergeist, bro.
The toilet paper poltergeist.
He just slides the toilet. He's the guy that takes the last little bit of toilet paper every single time. Really need
it. Yeah, he's a cryptid. He's not even like a ghost. He just sneaks in your house. The toilet paper gnome.
I'm actually now prepared to be scared shitless because it's gonna be
bro. Shitless, bro. You're gonna need that TP, bro.
All right, so here we got the toilet paper ghosts. All right, so I've always loved horror and ghost stories, but I've had a healthy dose of skepticism when it comes to real life supernatural encounters. That was until this incident that occurred in 2015.
Right.
I was visiting a friend. Yeah, good, great. Please stop. It's so scary. I was visiting a friend in Portland for the weekend, Halloween weekend. As cliche as that sounds, the house my friend lives in with several other roommates was old. Mm-hmm. Everything creaked and groaned, especially at night. I wish I knew exactly how old it was, but I do not. On my initial tour of the house, I noticed it had a laundry chute from the upstairs bathroom leading to the basement cellar, where the laundry machines were, and a bunch of old spooky furniture from residents past, getting covered in dust and spider webs. They never touched the old stuff, but it was there. I was in my mid-20s then and was getting ready to go out with my buddies to a basketball game. They put in parentheses, Trailblazers versus the Suns for some reason. Then we're going to hit the bars. While I was putting on my Halloween makeup in the bathroom mirror, I felt an odd sensation, this stillness. Then in the pit of my stomach, I felt anxious butterflies. The kind of thing you feel when you're playing hide and seek and you can see the seeker from where you're hiding, and they're moments away from finding you. I was kind of frozen in this trance for a moment when all of a sudden, a full roll of toilet paper tipped out from the rest of the pack, went onto the side and on the floor and began to unravel.
Okay, stop. I'm scared.
I know.
I'm too scared. Hey, and that's it for today's episode, guys.
The toilet paper wasn't packed well enough and it fell.
All right. And with absolutely no draft in that bathroom, no fan, no gust of wind, this brand new roll of toilet paper just began to move and unravel itself. And it was unraveling down the laundry chute. I stood there, eyeliner in hand, poised against my eyelid, watching this TP unravel through the mirror in which I was doing my makeup. Then it finally made it to the end of the roll. The cardboard inner roll just spun around in a circle for what felt like forever, then stopped. I kept standing there for a moment, unsure what just happened. Suddenly, my friend knocks on the bathroom door, which startled me. Hey, is everything okay in there? I came out looking super pale, and he's like, what's wrong? I told him what just happened, and it looked at me funny. He told me he was just in the basement and saw a ream of toilet paper come streaming down and fold over itself in a perfect zigzag. He led me downstairs, and sure enough, I see unraveled toilet paper, neatly folded over itself with no side being any longer than the other. He kept telling me, seriously, you're telling me you didn't do that? He finally began to believe me after some convincing. He had thought I was doing it and came up to check on me, thinking I was just playing around with toilet paper for some reason. But neither of us had been doing anything to provoke this incident. I understand completely if, having read this, you think this is the stupidest incident you've ever heard of. It happened to me, and I know how stupid it is. But but to me and my friend, they just said it was a crazy bazaar at this time. Anyway, it was a crazy coincidence.
I agree.
guess.
It's crazy bizarre.
It was a crazy bizarre.
Crazy bizarre. Why do ghosts always do the most egregious and heinous like shit? Like just knock a piece of toilet paper over. Like if I died and went to the afterlife and that was the first thing I thought to do, just to be a prankster, another YouTube prankster.
Yeah, but that
well,
was.
Listen, well, hear me out. If you die in phasmophobia, what's the first thing
True.
you do?
I pick up the shit that I had when I died and then try to ghost hunt still because I'm sad to miss out on the actual events.
I try to touch
And
flashlights.
maybe this ghost just missed wiping their ass.
I guess so. Yeah, that was the toilet paper ghost.
No, but I get it though. Because if I saw that in real life, I'd probably be a little scared too.
I'd be scared, and then I'd be like, "This is so dumb. I'm embarrassed to tell anybody that I'm scared of a toilet paper roll."
Yeah, not this guy though.
No, not this guy. He was very, very open about it.
That's pretty spooky though.
It's one of those ones where it's like it's so dumb that like
Where it might be real. Like it's so dumb that sounds like it could be real.
Yeah.
Wait, so a piece of toilet paper fell out of the thing it was in, and it rolled into a laundry chute, and then down the laundry chute, and then piled on the floor.
No, the full roll fell out of the package onto the floor, and then just started unraveling and going down the laundry chute. But like it was being like pulled down the laundry chute, leaving the full roll upstairs, just unraveling on the bathroom floor. And then at the end, it like sucked it so hard that it like ripped off the cardboard piece, and that piece was just
Did what, bro?
It sucked it off down the laundry chute.
Down the laundry chute, bro.
Wait, so
are
we supposed to think that this ghost just grabbed a little bit of toilet paper, then fucking used the laundry chute like a slide?
Yes.
It just went. That's all it did. Well, I guess they can go through walls.
gnome.
I don't know.
I'm not a ghost, but if I was, I would definitely use a laundry chute as a slide.
If I was,
well, that's a toilet paper.
If I was
ghost.
a ghost, I wouldn't be doing this shit.
If you guys have any stories like that, please share.
If you got any if you got any crazy bizarres, share them.
Yeah. Go ahead and.
I hope the guy that made that story is just listening and just completely unfazed by what's happening because he knows in his heart it was the scariest shit that's ever happened to him.
Shaking his head like, oh, shouldn't have said
He's like, they're laughing, but if they saw a fucking piece of toilet paper go down a laundry chute, trust me. Well, at least that's a little lighter, you know?
Wait, oh my God, wait, okay, I just looked. There's a little paragraph of part 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
I thought you were going to say he sent a picture of like the toilet paper roll as evidence.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, he just posts a picture of the cardboard tube. It's like, look, this was it. Let's see. It says, P.S. Before anyone brings it up, this was not suctioned from the opening in the basement door. The door to the basement was held open with a brick because one of our housemates' cat's litter box was down there, and the cat needed to access the box at all times, so the door stayed open. Okay, so people were being like, oh, it was some sort of like suction. Like, you know when you like open one door on the other side of the house?
I'm sorry. Mark made the joke and it just hasn't left my head. No, okay, but I get what he's saying.
And then he posted, thank you for this. This is the only place I've really felt had the guts to tell this story.
It's the only place I felt safe. The toilet paper ghost.
Oh my gosh.
I see him everywhere. No matter where I go, there's always toilet paper.
Please.
It's
like every time he sees like a roll, even if it's like he's just like, what do you want?
He like still can't get out of the store.
Speaking of egregious ghost stories, you remember when that one ghost called me ugly because we were ghost hunting in Mark's basement?
Dude, imagine like the toilet paper is just like rolling around following him like the Chef Boyardee can in the commercials. Just that little cardboard tube is just rolling. No, but that we did like a EVP session.
Wait, you said what?
Mark's basement.
Chef what?
No. Absolutely not.
Guys, what's the difference between e-girls and i-ladies?
Don't answer that, audience. If you just said it in your car, then he's going to get you. Imagine if you just did that.
The new Sea of Thieves update?
Oh, yeah, I know the Sea of Thieves update.
Yeah. Yeah, we were
Did you
doing
hear that Kinston tried to chase me to the West Indies, bro?
Try to chase him out of town, bro.
My favorite thing about that 2 episodes... No, that would have been 4 or 5 episodes ago from this one. It was like, Kinsman was like, bro, you're not going to get me. You're not going to get me, bro. And as soon as he said that, I got him.
It was like 10 minutes after. And also,
no, dude, it was like instantly. It was literally during the "you're not gonna get me" speech, is when I got you. Hey, bro, I listened to our episode.
Are you talking about the Yankees game?
All right.
Nobody's gonna get it either. It's gonna be just 5 minutes of just these nuts jokes.
Well, now they get it, Aaron.
That aren't landing.
You just ruined it for the podcast.
Yep.
The one person that actually got. Oh,
yeah. The one person that answered every single question. Like just listening to the radio and just answering. I don't know. What is the difference between eye ladies?
What's an eye lady? See,
this is the scariest episode so far.
This episode is pretty scary.
Guys, this one was pretty scary.
Guys, you're going to want to pause this and take a deep breath. And just remember, it's only a podcast.
I have to take 5 deep breaths. I have to think. I have to sit there and think of 3 things I can touch, 2 things I can feel, and 1 thing.
Yeah, you really got to sit there and brain blast. All right, guys. We have time for like one more story.
Yeah, Aaron, you wanna close us out?
I can do a short one, and maybe we'll have time for one after, but
yeah,
maybe not. All right, this one is called "I'm Still Processing This" on Reddit. It was one of the top rated in r/paranormal, and it goes: I drive for Uber, and I stopped at this house a few hours ago. As I'm waiting, a light turned on upstairs, and this little boy was turning the lights on, waving at me, and then turning them off. He did it a few times and was smiling and looked like he may be laughing. I waved back and smiled, even though I thought it was late. I didn't even question it. The girl got in the car a few minutes later. I thought she took so long because the kid was hers, and I commented how cute the kid upstairs was, and her face went pale. She looked me straight in the eye and told me, nobody lives upstairs. I laughed because it's spoopy season, and I thought she was messing with me. I stopped shortly after I looked in the rearview mirror and saw she was starting to cry. She took a few deep breaths and asked me what I saw. So I told her about the little boy who was turning on the lights. She called her boyfriend, who was still there at the house, and was full on freaking out. It turns out her boyfriend had several people mention the kid that plays with the lights and waves. I would have thought it was a joke, but she was shaking and almost had a panic attack in the backseat about this. Her boyfriend was woken up by the call, and the entire downstairs was dark when I picked her up. I have no explanation for this. My hair is still standing on the end thinking about it.
Crazy bizarre, bro.
It's a little spooky one.
Like I said, why do ghosts just do the most weird things?
Like the most mundane activities.
Throwing toilet paper, turning lights on and off.
I'll be so real, bro. You know what? When
yeah?
You got possessed. You got possessed by the
bro,
TP ghost.
He got me. No, what I was saying was if I was getting haunted and a ghost decided to literally just unscrew my water bottle, I would be screaming. I would be so fucking scared.
Ghosts are just inconvenient, bro. I like when ghosts are not malicious or anything, but they're also not helpful.
They're just goofy.
They just do annoying things, like open one cabinet door, where it just becomes all right, now I gotta you have to add it into a part of your day. It's chores of cleaning up after this ghost.
Or they'll just go and knock on my back door super loud.
I was reading a story about that where they're in this house and this family had just been haunted for 20 years. That this dude got married into the family, came over and legitimately saw a ghost, an apparition, and just told the family, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that just happens every once in a while." Just imagine being so
desensitized to the ghost in your house.
Yeah, exactly. Living in a ghost house.
Yeah, there's.
That's Greg. He died 20 years ago.
Yeah. That's our boy.
Yeah, he killed his whole family, and now he just stands in the doorway.
And then all he does is turn the door knob.
Don't worry about
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Yeah. There's one of my favorite ghost stories is, and I maybe we might do an episode on this because it's so funny to me, is about Jeff the mongoose, who's the ghost mongoose. That like it was like in like some like tiny island like in Wales.
You know, I was wondering if you were gonna cover Jeff the Mongoose. I was.
I might.
Let me Google.
But it's literally like a ghost mongoose that just lived with his family for like 20 years, and they became like friends with it and shit. Yeah, it spoke. It talked to him.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
But at one point, Jeff was going out and hunting rabbits and giving them to the dad to go sell at like the market. And at one point, Jeff was literally the breadwinner of the family.
Jeff was actually a G for that. Like, actually,
he used to like play with the kids, but then he would get really, really angry and like cuss them out and like say like really rude shit and like horrible shit to him. So it's a really, really weird ass case, but it's funny as fuck. And maybe one day we'll do something about it. It's a lot though. You also got to be pretty strapped in. You're gonna have to be big fans of us to settle for that episode. Honestly.
Yeah, that one. I mean, it was tough for me to get through listening. Yeah. Last podcast on the left do it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, it's just so outlandish.
I'm scared. I'm already scared.
I'm shaking. He's one hit.
We've had so many paranormal.
He's one hit.
We've had so many paranormal experiences in our day and time. I just feel like we have also become desensitized to just ghost stories.
Maybe.
Considering all the wacky stuff that
maybe a normal person would be scared as shit about the toilet paper thing. Maybe we're just not.
We fought a demon. I think we're fine.
Yeah, actually, we combated one. Yeah, hand-to-hand combat.
Kind of. It was more like we backed into a corner with holy water. we kept spraying it until it growled at us.
You pranked that ghost.
Mark, please tell the story that Aaron brought up earlier about the ghost calling him ugly.
All right, I'm just gonna drop like little pieces of this story. No, I'm going.
Please don't actually.
It's fucking funny. Okay, so I had messed with the Ouija board in like 2016, and for like maybe like 4 or 5 years after, like small paranormal things would happen around my house, and it got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm buying a spirit box online, an EMF reader. I bought all this equipment, and we're talking to said ghost, demon, whatever it is. It says my name out loud, and we're like, what do you want with Mark? And it said, I want his body. And then Aaron goes, do you want me? And it goes, no, you're ugly.
But it said like
no, it said all.
It just said ugly. Yeah.
Yeah, we like, fuck, what do we ask? We had something super specific. It was like what? Why do you want me? You don't want Aaron? Why don't you want Aaron?
It's because I was provoking it.
Like the EVP thing just went ugly.
Well, I'm alive and it's dead. So at the end of the day,
who's really the winner?
Dude, that was so funny. Aaron got real life upset. He walked away from the recording.
Yeah, but Mark's house is actually haunted. Mark's house is legit or was haunted. I don't know if it is anymore.
I mean, I haven't seen shit since. We fucking killed it.
Ghost hunt soon.
That's what I'm saying. It's time to go to Mansfield, and it's time to take our producer Chorsey to Mansfield.
No, let's do it. Let's actually go to the Mansfield Reform. One time when Mark and I went to the Mansfield Reformatory, we did the ghost tour, but it was during the day, and him and I were just kind of walking around, and we walked into this it was in the office of the warden who had killed himself or something like that. And we walked into the closet, and the door just shut on Mark.
And I remember we walked out.
Just randomly. We thought we got locked in.
One of the other people during the tour was like, did you shut that door? And we were like, no.
So either we got hardcore pranked by them, but they were super far away, or, I don't know, they were making a joke about us being in the closet together. I don't know.
Don't forget, though, we were walking that catwalk, the fucking loud-ass footsteps that were behind us, and nobody was there. That shit is what really scared me.
Yeah, this was just homophobic. Just making in the closet jokes.
Honestly, most ghosts are probably homophobic.
Like time period wise, yeah.
Considering when they die.
That
yeah.
Or
we don't fuck with homophobic ghosts. Yeah.
Oh god. I need everybody that's listening to tweet at creepit100. Creepit100pod to ask Georgie to go to Mansfield Reformatory with us.
Yeah, everyone listening to this right now, do me a huge favor. tweet
Yeah.
at, or even Instagram, comment on all of our social media. So my producer will see this. Say, Chorsey, you're going to Mansfield with the boys.
Yeah.
There's no escaping it.
Yep. Say, we want the episode. We want the episode.
Yeah.
Well, now they do like ghost hunts for like 6 hours overnight, and you can get like alcohol and shit, and they give you like actual stuff that you can use, like EVP readers. You just get fucked up and go ghost hunting at an abandoned reformatory.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Also, CC's is in
CC's
Manfield.
Pizza, the last
we gotta
CC's
go to CC's.
No, it closed. The one in Mansfield closed.
Fuck!
Oh
I know.
my!
I know, guys. I'm sorry.
That's the scariest part of this whole podcast.
All right. Well, we were all supposed to do a few, but we
talk too much.
Yeah, we're talking, man. So we are about wrapped up. Is there anything else, guys?
How long are these podcasts?
About 40.
45.
45.
45.
Sometimes they go a little longer depending on the material. Our last episode went, an hour, 15 minutes?
Yeah. I don't know what the final edit is, but
yeah, but the recording was like an hour, 15.
Probably going to be about an hour.
Yeah. I don't even think we took a big ass break either. It's going to be longer.
We didn't. I'm giving it a big area of cutouts. I'm giving it 15 minutes worth of cutouts, which is dramatic as hell.
It's very dramatic.
Yeah.
Do we do a closing now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll close it out.
Aaron,
Mark?
you close it. No, I'm just kidding. Aaron would not know that.
Aaron, you close it.
Well, thanks guys for tuning into my podcast. No, but really, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to be on. I hope I can come back in the future. It's fun to talk with my two besties about spooky stuff because that's what we do anyways.
True.
Now it's just recorded,
Yeah.
and archived.
Literally, the only difference between this conversation and one we would have if the cameras were off is the camera.
Actually true. Like, I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, this is just what we do when we hang out because we're fucking psychopaths. And
Probably be a little more
definitely
unhinged.
more.
People would immediately turn it off.
We're a little more professional when we're on camera.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen us. We call people out on this podcast, and we
True.
lie.
And we lie on this podcast. That's another thing we like to do.
We like spooks. We like some truths, but we like the goofs. And on that note, we're out of here. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Creeper100Pod. If you want to donate to the show, go ahead. There's a little, monthly donation button. If you don't want to, you may check out those affiliate links. That'll help as well.
And beware of the toilet paper ghost. Ooh.
Yes, beware of the toilet paper ghost. Also, guys, there's this really new fun feature where you can send us voice clips. The link is in the description below. Please, if you want to send us some clips, we will listen to it live on the air if it's appropriate.
Or not.
You know what? Fuck it. Or not. Send us your craziest bizarre. And
But not too bizarre.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. We will catch you next episode.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.